Alright, I figured I would do a tutorial for just grabbing files using data file extractor without using shell classes viewer because that sucks. So we're gonna need to grab ISO file for the game, right? This is a solid damn ISO, it's preview version. I'm using data file extractor, Animoto, Lightwave, and AMD to XPX. This is just to show you skeletons in case you wanted to have skeletons for your meshes. Data file extractor that's needed in order to get files in the first place, and Animoto Lightwave to get the meshes. So what I'm going to do, open up this file right here, the ISO file. You're going to open it. You're going to find a niku.dat file. That's the data file for everything in the game. You're just going to copy it over. Take a second. Yep, here it is. So niku.dat, right? And so what we're going to do, go to command prompt, cmd. You can type in cmd here. Sometimes it doesn't work because Windows doesn't like me very much. You can also just open it right there, right? Control C that, right? This is the location of the folder that we're at. CD. CD is just moving our working directory right here to wherever we put. So we're going to do CD and we're going to paste in wherever that is. So now that we are in our working folder, you can see right here, working folder is different now. We're going to do / data file extractor. That's the program we're going to be using, and that's how we run it, / right here. Run it. Oh, run it. You can see these are all the commands that are part of this. And so what we're going to do, I don't know what that does, RBD. Yeah, so what we're going to do is press enter to continue, so we're out of that. Data file extractor /I, that is our input file. Input.dat, that is the file that we got right here. So what that does, it's an index file. You can see all the stuff, all the games. We got all the TOs, all the meshes. They're just labeled here. They're just text format. You can't really do much with that. Just wanted to show that that's what you do when you run it without any arguments. And then Control C gets you out of whatever you're currently running. We do / and we scroll back up here, right? You can do /C right here. We do /dat resources right here, and that will give us a resources file. Dat / resources. But that doesn't do much yet, because we're not actually even extracting anything yet. We still have whatever this is. Let's get out of that. Get rid of these real quick. We're gonna do /re, and I'm not gonna run this. It takes a second to run, and I already have it extracted right here. So what we're going to do is just open that up, and big thing, Windows, it doesn't like to search things. So I bet if I do like in right here, we have a resource as well, right? We have all of our resources that we need, right? I bet if I do player A right now, no items found my search. And that is because Windows sucks and doesn't have good indexing. So if you type in index options on the Windows menu right here, we can just hit that and go advanced. We can delete and rebuild index, and that will just reindex your Windows and let you search properly. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm probably going to delete this folder right after. And so we're just going to look for player A. Player A to see MOP. Alright. Player A. That's our NMO file. That is a mesh. So we have our mesh file right here. And if we convert this with nothing added, right, we get a Lightwave file. We're going to open up Blender. You'll be able to grab on the Cheesewheel GUI, you'll find versions for Blender and all that stuff on there. And if we go to here, not here, tutorial. Oh, I grabbed the head on accident. It's the same thing. Who cares? You see right here, we have our model. It has vertex painting and all that stuff. It has the alpha, but what it doesn't have is proper materials. You can see right here. Texture, all broken. You can see like there's a mapping on that. And our vertex groups for animation are all wrong. They're just counting up from 0, right? And what we're going to do is delete this, and we're going to extract it properly this time. Delete that. I'm going to delete that. I accidentally deleted that. God damn it. I'm just going to go back to a version that I have. So it's the same thing. I already got a resources thing right here. So we're going to go to NMO. We're just going to grab the actual player A so we can see how things work. We have our player A, right? That's our mesh. We already have that. So if we go to NTO here, though, see you have a folder full of NTOs, right? Can't I'm 90% sure the converter doesn't deal with that immediately. So we're gonna grab NTO.toImage. You can also find that in Cheesewheel right here. And what I also have special Beck special right here. Special Beck that is special. I have, let's go with type. I have a batch file that I'll also probably add to the GitHub. So all this does, you don't want to write your own batch file, it just goes through it. This doesn't matter because it's not accurate. I just stole this from CSV to binary. One of them, one was already made, and I just made one for what we need. So what you're going to do is just drag in an NTO file, and it converts them. Converts them all to a PNG type. See right here, PNG, and that's what we need. See right here? It's grass. Let's touch it. So we have that, right? We have our NTO folder. I put my folder in the C drive, NTO, C/NTO. So it's just easy to grab, right? We have that. We play we now we have an NTO folder for our textures so we can get proper materials, right? And what else we need for deforming meshes, like meshes that will have like bones that move and all that stuff. You can just go to resources. We can get a scale, SKB. And so what we're going to look for is player.a.skb. Right here, put it in here as well. And while we're in here, what we can do is terminate this batch file. We can turn that, right? We're going to move on to our next program. So we have /NMO to Lightwave. What I did when I just threw that in there was I was basically importing it as /i player a.nmo. That's all I was inputting, and that gave us the thing with both broken materials and wrong bone names. So what we can add is /k. That is the, let's run this without arguments real quick. We have /k, skb file path name, use bone name skb file, set texture path. And that's the other one we're going to be using. So what we can do, nmo player /i player a.nmo /k player a.skb and /p sli nto back trailing slash. And so what that is, it's just that's just me on my C drive having my NTO file here, and you add a trailing slash to it. So we have that. We convert it. Converts. And we have, God damn it. Did I do it again? I think I might have done it again. I think this is the wrong, yeah, okay. This is the wrong version of this tool. Let me grab a good one. Unless that's also the wrong version of the game again. Hope that works. Yeah. You'll have an updated version tool where you won't have that issue. So we have our mesh, right? Perfect. Everything's all happy and jolly. We have our mesh, we have our everything. It doesn't have a head because it doesn't come with a head. That's a different model. Basic cleanup stuff. W remove doubles. In new Blender, it's M by distance. Press M on edit mode by distance, and that will merge by distance. So we have our little mesh right here. We have all of our vertex colors. We have all of our weights. If we scroll through the list real quick, See them all here. And so, one extra thing we can do, we have an SKB file, right? We can't really deform this properly. So what we're going to do, this to AB to FBX, we have, and then we get a SA, an SAT. Don't worry about the SAT one. That's a text format. Don't use it. Things won't work. We can import that. On import, we're going to want to do, make sure these bone orientations are here and they're right. Ignore leaf bones so we don't have those extra bones at the end. So we have that. Works, right? Skeleton, it deforms, everything works properly. Move it around, works. So what we're going to do is just move this up a little bit. You can adjust it more finely. I don't know why it's always offset like this, but what you can do is just do that. Shift select your skeleton with empty groups. You're going to parent it, Control P. And then when you go to pose mode here, you can pose it. And things should work, except for those missing weights for some reason. But it's here. It works. One final thing. One small difference. All the rest of the converters use the same format in how they convert things. But there's one big difference for NMO to Lightwave, and what we're going to do is let's just go to a quadrant, right? That's not the quadrant that I want. Modding, preview, go to whatever quadrant you want. Oh yeah, when you're entering here, you have, there's normally a resource folder in here, which was what I was using before. But if we go to seamless instead, we can see all the quadrants. Let's just do F5 real quick. F5, F5. Right here. Paste your tool in, right? Add a bunch of Lightwave. Go to CMD into here. It's not like me recently, so we're not going to do that. CD, go in here. Our working folder is now in this folder. / running a program, a bunch of Lightwave, right? /I. So you can see this naming format here. Temple. And then we have all the stuff after changes, but temple stays the same. It's the same for every quadrant. They have some kind of leading thing with C6, C6, B2 to B2, or if they're an arena, they will have a name instead. So this one's temple. So when we're inputting it, we're going to put temple, and with a trailing underscore after it. So it'll just grab the first part of this and then deal with all the extra stuff after. And so I'm going to add PNTO as well. Like, if we weren't so blind. C/NTO. That's just going to add me some textures as well. We run that, converts it all, and it converts that all into one file. These are broken up into chips, segments. So like the quadrants don't all load at once, obviously. So it's breaking each quadrant into multiple parts. So we have our temple.lightwave. Can import Lightwave object. Go to Nicodats preview, seamless. We go to F5, temple. All right, and we have it. Again, basic cleanup stuff. W, remove doubles. You can see there's a little Z fighting right here. And that's just because it's breaking up into layers. That's how they do their blending with grass and all that. All this stuff works on 4.2 LTS. Lightwanda. Yeah, you see there's little grass layers right here. Lightwander's even a little better at displaying things. So if I pull Blender up real quick, again, just import Lightwave using Lightwanda. Go to good at preview, seamless, before, home. That's a different one, but it's the same process. It's the same thing. If we go to rendered view, it looks good. If we add a light, sun, turn it up. Yeah, looks better, even. That's it. That's all you need. The rest of them work off of that base logic. Like NSO, you just drag in a file, and if they have bones, you put bones on it. It's just trying to find what files you need to put on top of data in order for it to be a complete file. And since this was just importing, that's all there really is. Bye.